What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys our week 11 team builder here. The St. Louis Rampardos are taking on the Free State Torracats in an epic showdown, a rematch from week 2 in which we lost. But here we are in week 11. Both myself and Duncan are pretty much out of things. I'm definitely out of things. He's pretty much out of things. So we kind of talked about this match. We're like, all right, well, let's just have some fun. We both decided we're going to take it somewhat seriously. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest, my focus right now is on the NPA. We are in the midst of a playoff race in the NPA. That is where I'm dedicating all my time to. Threw this team together pretty quickly, but I'm still going to try to put out a good battle. I think I got a pretty good team either way for this match. There wasn't really much I could do since it's a rematch, so kind of make changes from the mistakes that I had before. But ultimately, you know, we should have some fun here, guys. And this season in the GBA has obviously been just a huge disappointment. This is the first time I won't be making playoffs in the GBA in 4 seasons now. We made 3 seasons in a row, so whatever, it is what it is, guys. But I hope you guys are excited for the match nevertheless. Should be an epic one. And just so you guys know, no NPA match this week. We're supposed to play against Gearhard. He had some technical issues, so we're moving that to week 12, and we're having a bye week this week. So instead of having a bye week in 2 weeks, I'll just have the bye week this week. So NPA will continue as normal as we chase down a playoff spot there. But let's talk about Duncan's team really quick. He's got that Weavile, very scary because of the pursuit trapping. Last time he brought a GBA berry variant. He's got the Marowak, of course, a Alolan Marowak, typically running Thick Club, very bulky, hard-hitting Pokemon. Landorus Incarnate doesn't get Sheer Force, but instead gets Sand Force, still very scary. Keldeo, 108 base speed, kind of a monster, has the opportunity to set up and just is annoying as all heck. Flygon, one of his new pickups, he made a free agent trade or acquisition to grab Flygon. Of course, Defogger, the ability to Dragon Dance and set up. He's got the Mandibuzz, very, very bulky, especially defensive, could be physically defensive, but just a bulky Pokemon in general. Metagross, one of his monsters, has an opportunity to set Stealth Rocks on his team and can just be annoying to deal with in general with priority. Granbull, his fairy type, of course, giving him Intimidate, team healing options with Heal Bell, otherwise Play Rough and Earthquake. Araquanid, a new acquisition, he got rid of Alolan Ninetales, picked up Araquanid. Hard-hitting Pokemon with Liquidation, but otherwise doesn't hit very hard unless he uses a water move with the water bubble ability, but serves as a great Skull Switch in. And he's got the Torkoal Venusaur, which gives him a Rapid Spinner and Sunsetter. Last time I did not expect him to bring Torkoal Venusaur. It was just a really big mistake in planning, guys. We really looked at the team and we said, okay, he's probably not bringing Torkoal Venusaur because giving Sun for Victini is just a very crazy thing to do, and he did, and I didn't really have the best answers for it. We made a couple plays that were a little bit questionable, and we didn't really make the right decisions and so on and so forth. But let's talk about our team, what we're gonna bring here, guys, and kind of what I'm expecting to bring. I think we'll see the Weavile, the Landorus. I think you're probably gonna see the Metagross. He may bring a very similar team. He may bring the exact same team. You know, I'm gonna be honest, him and I are both strapped for time. I know he's like super busy. We're playing really late, so that's why the team builder's going up late, because we still haven't played yet. Normally we have played already, so the team builder's gonna be late Saturday night. Sorry about that, but yeah, I have a feeling he may just bring the same team. Honestly, I don't know. I know, like I said, we're both kind of out of it, so we're not, you know, not going to go too crazy about it. But let's talk about our team and what we're bringing, why we're bringing it, and so on and so forth. So let's get that off the screen there, and you can see I'm bringing Terrakion, our Havoc, back. Max speed, max attack, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Rock Polish, Swords Dance, so dual dancing. I have an opportunity to set up a Rock Polish, especially if he brings that Choice Scarf Landorus, which he probably will bring again. Swords Dance just for wall breaking potential, if I think I have an opportunity to do that. Helps me if I get burned as well. Earthquake, Stone Edge. We don't really need close combat. Like, obviously missing a Stone Edge would be kind of annoying and very likely, but we have the Rocky MZ as well to kind of give us an opportunity there. You know, I guess close combat would have been good for things like Flygon if he brings that, but otherwise, like, Stone Edge, Earthquake hits everything pretty good, and I wanted to be able to do dual dance. Like I said, I mean, it has some flaws in the set, but I think it'll do what we need it to do for what I think he's gonna bring for the most part. We've got our Victini here, mixing it up. I brought a mixed Victini this time, because Blue Flare will hit the Torkoal a little bit harder, and I don't have to worry as much about him being Rocky Helmet Torkoal, which I think is what he brought last time. But Psychic is going to hit the Torkoal as well. Got mixed EVs there just to guarantee some certain kills, the Psychic and stuff like that, Bolt Strike killing on things like Araquanid after rocks and so on and so forth. So we got the proper calcs there. Choice Scarf allowing me to outspeed the Weavile, which is otherwise pretty scary because of Pursuit. And we've got the U-turn there just for momentum, but Choice Scarf Landorus does outspeed us, but this also gives us something to speed tie with potential Flygon and stuff like that. We get Psychic it, and so on and so forth. The next Pokemon we're bringing is going to be our Clefable. This time I'm actually bringing GBA berry. Last time we died to Poisonium Z from Weavile, which I knew he was gonna bring, but this time we're bringing the GBA berry, so I can't switch into a knockoff from Weavile, but I can at least, you know, come in on it later on, or maybe catch him off guard. Get my rocks up. Moonblast, Moonlight, Ice Beam is also there to hit the Landorus. We got the GBA Berry to take on the Landorus as well, in case he goes for, you know, a Sludge Wave against us. And we can also have the Unaware. It looks like I'm actually Magic Guard, but that's a mistake. I should be Unaware, so I'm gonna actually get that fixed. But we should be Unaware, and Unaware Clefable allows us to stop any setup moves from the Flygon if he tries to set up a Flygon or anything like that, or like a Swords Dancing Marowak or whatever. I don't know, but that allows us to take on the Flygon if he Dragon Dances. So that's why we're gonna be Unaware instead of Magic Guard. But Ice Beam's there, like I said, for Landorus and Flygon, and then we've got the Moonblast there for Weavile, which does one shot after Stealth Rocks. So a couple things there. One of our new acquisitions gets to come to this match is going to be our Mojito here, our Scissor, Adamant, Technician, Metal Coat, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Knockoff, Swords Dance. Bullet Punch actually puts in some work after a Swords Dance. A lot of things like really don't like it. We've got enough speed on there to ensure we're outspeeding like Marowak and stuff like that. Knockoff to hit things like Metagross and Marowak. Otherwise, Bullet Punch really wrecks his team. He's got the Torkoal, which we'll have to U-turn out on, but otherwise, like, we can hit pretty much everything hard with this set, especially if we're able to set up a few times with Swords Dance. We could beat like things like Landorus, and we can obviously beat the Weavile, revenge kill the Weavile, which otherwise we couldn't have done. That was kind of a thing with our team. We had such a hard time against Weavile, but at least I have Scissor now, which helps us against that. The next Pokemon we're bringing, and again, I'm just kind of flying through this team builder because like we kind of hustled through the team building process in general. So you know, we're kind of down to the final weeks here. But we've got our Exploud here, which is going to be really cool against his team. His really only switch into this thing is Metagross, like an Assault Vest Metagross, but otherwise Boom Burst puts in the work. I really only need Boom Burst, Shadow Ball, so Fire Blast is there in case he sets up Sun, and Sleep Talk is there for Sleep Powder Venusaur, because I really didn't need any other moves. Like, there was no point in any other moves. I looked at all the moves and I'm like, there's nothing that I need. Boom Burst is really what I'm clicking, so the idea here is we get in on things like Marowak, on things like Torkoal, you know, Araquanid, whatever it may be, some of his slower stuff, and just click Boom Burst and something's gonna die. So we gotta really take advantage of that choice specs and just try to boom Burst away at really anything we can. I mean, that's gonna be our objective, is to get this thing in and just click Boom Burst a couple times and, you know, hopefully wreck some stuff. And last but not least, bringing it back. Never draft this thing, guys. Never draft it. It's a huge wall. Toxapex, Venomax here. Recover Scald, Toxic Spikes, Haze. Toxic Spikes were shut down last time because he brought the Venusaur. If he doesn't bring the Venusaur, we'll probably try to get those Toxic Spikes up. But otherwise, this thing just serves a good switch into stuff like the Weavile. It can switch into Landorus on U-turns, things like that. It can take on, Keldeo relatively well. Haze can stop that, but like a sub-calm mind, Keldeo kind of just destroys us, so we have to be careful there. Actually, Keldeo like really would mess us up if Clefable's not healthy, so I do have to be careful of being set up on. But otherwise, Venomax can serve as a defensive pivot into things, hopefully get some chip damage with Rocky Helmet, and then get the heck out of there and bring in something a little bit more offensive. But that's our team, guys. Quick rundown, nothing too crazy. We will have the match going on tomorrow. Of course, me versus Duncan Knee Deep, our rematch. He did win the first one. Hopefully going to be able to win it back and bring it back. But again, guys, I'm just going to be honest. My efforts are focused on the NPA, and we do have another league coming up very soon. It is not the UCL, for those asking me. Everyone keeps asking UCL. I have no idea about the UCL, guys. I haven't talked to those guys. I don't think the UCL is happening again. I know nothing about it. So if there is a UCL and they want to invite me, we'll talk about it then, but I don't think it's happening at this point. But things could change. But I am joining another league that's going to be starting pretty much when GBA and NPA end. Great group of guys. I don't want to tell you guys too much just yet, but it's going to be super duper awesome. I'm really excited. So this is not the end for me in competitive battling. You know, even though this has been a really rough season for us, I still want to keep doing this, and I want to keep getting better. I want to improve. And I'm excited to have just one league pretty soon here, because having 2 leagues has been way more than I anticipated. It's been too much for me to handle with my schedule. So not making excuses. I've played pretty poorly this season in the GBA, and I don't like the team, but it's okay, man. We're just having a good time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're excited for the match tomorrow. Hit that like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. My name is Dan. I'm the coach of your St. Louis Rampardos, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.